I think in today's world, multitasking has become like a badge that you wear. If you're a mom and you can multitask, if you're a woman, you have to multitask, you have to be able to multitask. And I don't think we realize what we are doing to our brains when we do this. So let me explain. So, what happens? Your brain can actually only think of one thought at a time. And that seems hard to believe because we have so many thoughts every day, right? And it feels like you're thinking of everything simultaneously, but that's actually not true. You are thinking only one thought at a time. And what happens is it just switches so fast from one thought to the next thought. A thought is like a split second, quicker even. And you don't realize, it feels like it's at the same time for your conscious mind because we can't apprehend, I think is the right word, how fast it is that we are thinking, that a thought can be, but you are only thinking one thing at a time. It just switches to all the different things. And the result of this, when you are multitasking, is that you are jumping from one thing to the next thing, activating different parts of your brain while doing this. And that causes overwhelm, ladies. It causes chaos in your mind. When I sit, for example, and I do this because I'm a girl, we have to multitask. And I know what the effects are, but we still do it. So we really have to work on this. So I said when I upload my videos, it takes quite some time. So first I upload it to, it uploads automatically to Google Drive. And from there I have to download it on my computer to get it onto YouTube. And it takes quite some time sometimes to download all the videos. So while they are downloading, I'm checking them on my screen, and then on the computer I will go and do something else while I'm checking the screen the whole time. So I'm kind of waiting while I'm activating my prefrontal cortex with the planning and the critical thinking area, which is in the front, where you do the physical work and planning and all of that, or typing, or what kind of work I'm doing at the time. And while I'm waiting, so it keeps going back and forth, my brain. And at the end of the day, you feel exhausted. Now, I'm not saying that if you are doing boring work like this, like waiting for an upload, I mean, that's really, the work is done. So you're just waiting. I'm not saying that you have to not do anything, because that will be a waste of your time. If there's things that you can really put aside, which would be better than keep checking it when it's done now. When is it done now? A better option would be to close the window, to let it go on its own, switch to a different task, do the task, and then you will know that when you go back, it will be done. So that you can do. But if you divide your attention like this, and another example that I can give you is I do homework. This is my homework table here behind me, with the kids. And as I'm working with them, I'm kind of still checking my Facebook and replies on Facebook, and doing the social media that I can in between, because that's my work, that's what I do. And that is wrong, because we are switching between different tasks. When I go to social media, it's more a creative kind of thing, where if I'm busy with my little boy with maths that he never stops doing, it's critical thinking again. It's the logical side of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, that is activated. So by the end of the thing, if it's an hour, whatever, you actually feel tired because it's just too much. So sit, concentrate on one thing. And I want to really encourage you, go back to the time block video as well and go rewatch that, because this is where it's really effective when not multitasking, to get yourself to not multitask. This time I dedicate only to homework, and then after that I will do half an hour social media, and then after that, whatever comes next. So your time blocks really helps you to prevent you from multitasking. We think it's a badge, it's a kind of a women thing that we have to do, and that is a belief that we've been kind of forced on us by society. But we are doing this to ourselves. We are causing ourselves stress and overwhelm and anxiety. And this is one of the ways that you can just get yourself to slow down and get rid of the overwhelm for a little bit. Let me check. What did I miss? Being multitasking has actually, science has proved that you're much less productive when you multitask. So I think most of us know this as well. When you really focus on one thing, you're much more productive in that thing. If I think about the homework now, I'll be able to really sit and go into new things and explain and, all the maths that my child do, and instead of, yes, no, that's fine, you can do it like that, and then I continue on Facebook. So really putting your energy and your focus into one thing. So this is, of course, our brains can do this. We have the ability to do this, but think of it like murder. We can also think about murder, but it's not necessarily a good thing to think about. So yes, it's an ability that your brain has, that it can do. It does function like this, but it's not necessarily something that we have to cultivate and need to do just because your brain can do it. Your brain can do a lot of things, and we have to be careful which ones we actually stimulate. Okay, so yes. I said now go back to the time blocks. If you are struggling with your schedule, please let me know in the group. If you are still feeling overwhelmed, if you are still feeling like there's not enough time, the group is there for you to let me know how I can help you. I'm struggling with this. I'm not fitting everything in. I want to fit this one thing in. I never get time to exercise or meditate or whatever. Please help me, and I promise I will be there, and I will sit with you, and we will go through everything, and we will sort out your schedule. So please let me know if that is something that you do struggle with. And also the videos, go back to them like the time block. So you've worked out a schedule now, your time blocks are set, and you're not getting it right. Go back to the video, go watch it again. Maybe you missed something. Maybe there's something that you heard the first time, but it didn't quite click. Things like write down your have-tos first, what you have to do, and then what you want to do. Small things that I might have said in the videos that you were just kind of like, okay, that makes sense, and then you kind of don't do it. Remember the videos, I can make a million of these. If you are not going to take action, you have to watch the videos and then you have to do the videos, because otherwise it's not going to make any impact in your life. The videos are for you. This is for yourself that you're doing this. So really put this into practice, and don't multitask. Don't do it, because it is the main cause. And I did a previous video about the future, the past, the present, and the future, and that is exactly the same thing. We are thinking about so many things, and we are doing so many things. That's where the multitasking comes in, at one point in time, that it just becomes too much. So this is a great thing to know, a small thing in our lives maybe, but something that really, I think, affect most of us. So go look at your schedule and see where you can plan your time better so that you don't have to multitask.